Men and masculine presenting people should wear purses, and that may be a hot take for some people, especially those of you who are more traditionally inclined. But I guarantee at some point in a masculine person's life, they have said, oh, I can't wear a bag just because it is too feminine, or I can't wear certain clothes because they are too feminine. Well, that's what today's video is about, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I think that's absolute BS. Howdy y'all, I hope you guys are all doing well, I hope you guys are safe, and I hope you guys are healthy. My name is Josh, and I absolutely love clothing and personal style, so if you're into that type of content, feel free to subscribe to me here on YouTube, as well as follow me on Instagram at wears_Galdo. Now allow me to start with what I think is kind of the most masculine of bags, and that's going to be a backpack. This is an Oakley kitchen sink bag. You guys know, if you watch the channel for a while, I really like Oakley stuff. I like their design language, and they definitely bring their own twists and turns when it comes to designing certain things like sunglasses and bags and everything else that they make. But kitchen sink bag has been really popular as of late. Oakley logo right here. This top portion reminds me of like the Predator mask, if that makes any sense. This is the larger version, so it actually has a strap for your waist to better secure and fit more inside of this bag. Really, really cool bag. I really like it. Utility-wise, it's wonderful. It carries everything I could ever want for it to carry, but it is such a big bag that it is too big for like a daily bag. And it is too bulky. When I put the shoulders around my, when I put these straps around my shoulders rather, it kind of like ruins a lot of the silhouette of what I'm wearing at the time, and that's why I also don't wear it all that often. I typically use that to travel more so. Now you could get something a little bit more neutral and toned down smaller like a JanSport or a Herschel backpack. Totally fine, totally doable, totally fit for a everyday bag. But there are some that contribute to outfits a whole lot better in my opinion, and let's move on to those. It is going to be kind of like duffel bag style things. This is going to be a Junya Watanabe, just mini duffel bag. All the details are honestly like fading. The material is super thin now after using it so much. The straps I've had to repair and are coming apart yet again. Yeah, no, great bag. Fits plenty of stuff. Good for a daily as well. It just lacks structure, which kind of sucks. But literally, I don't remember the last time I used this bag, and the only thing I have inside of it are some disposable chopsticks, which is great. But definitely more on the masculine side of things, and I don't really use this much anymore. The great thing about bags that kind of you hold just on the side are that it doesn't interrupt your outfit. The silhouette that you put on your body is not interrupted by something you're holding in your hand. However, that does kind of occupy a hand, which becomes a little less utilitarian, if that makes sense. But the next type of bag is one of my favorites. It is going to be a crossbody bag. And my best example is going to be this one right here. This is a Capital Snuffkin bag. I love crossbody bags. It is close to the body. I wear it with the pouch towards the front, so easy access to whatever I need right over here. And it fits over my body kind of like this, and if you want, you can spin it to the back, and I mean, super easy to access. But yeah, crossbody bags. I have this Capital one. I also have this kind of tactical one right over here. Tactical crossbody bag, which is cool. Has a bunch of different compartments. I have a little Smeesky dude attached to it, but gives this hyper utilitarian, cool bag look. Yeah, crossbody bags definitely, I think, still well comfortably within the more masculine range of bags. So the previous categories I would say are the kind of like quote-unquote masculine energy type of bags. I can't possibly name them all. There are messenger bags, satchels, fanny packs that also kind of coincide with the whole masculine energy thing I'm going with here. But here's where it takes a departure into a different direction. These, I think, are just slightly or more so less masculine than the rest, but just as good, if not better. So the first one I want to bring up are tote bags. Tote bags have been absolutely huge for like a decade now. This one has a pretty traditional shape in terms of a tote bag. This is from a brand called Noah. They've been really popular. I believe the creator of Noah formerly worked for Supreme. Definitely fact check me on that. But fun fact, my favorite color is yellow, if it weren't black. But yeah, skull and crossbones motif. The construction itself is very like traditional tote bag, which was originally made by LL Bean. Another incredibly popular tote bag that everybody and their mother had was a Rick Owens tote bag. These are literally free gifts with most Rick Owens purchases, and these were absolutely everywhere. At some point, reselling on Grailed and Depop for like $40 or more. These things are so popular, and honestly, really useful. I really loved the era where people were wearing pretty normcore centric stuff like carpenter pants, Carhartt, but having a Rick Owens tote bag. I thought it was such a funny little like high fashion reference in what was mostly people wearing very like normcore vintage basic stuff. Definitely fits a lot of stuff. I fit my laptop in here or anything I really need. I'm going through these old bags and finding things that I've left in there, and I've left a kendama up in this one. But yeah, tote bags, I think they deserve all of the praise they got, and I think that if you're looking for an everyday bag, a tote bag is the perfect size and fits everything that you could possibly need. Another huge benefit to tote bags or over the shoulder bags are that a lot of times they don't really need to interfere with your outfit either. Like, take this one for example. If you don't want it around your shoulder and kind of altering how your clothes fit on your body, just hold it with your hand. Just like that. Really simple, really easy. And you can get tote bags from literally any brand, and they have a tendency to be very cheap. Not cheap as in like quality wise, well, yeah, kind of, but cheap as in typically not very expensive. This one right here, this is a Muji tote bag, I guess you could call it. So over the shoulder or handbag, and it has a really nice design to it. It has a 3D pocket in the front, and this one, I forget how much it cost me, honestly, but yeah, Muji tote bag. Cool, really simple, fits a lot of stuff just like any other bag, but definitely we're looking more in the purse direction. Next up, next category is going to be purses. This is going to be one that I've shown in a pickup video before. Also, I got this in Japan. Not a flex, I'm just really excited about it. This is a Birkin shape, but made out of like vintage military canvas by a brand I'm unfamiliar with, La Roca, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it literally has like the Birkin hardware and shape and functionality and stuff. Great bag, but 100%, this is a purse. This is pretty much just a handbag, and I can put my arm through here, but with how big the bag is, it's like not the most comfortable. So it is best suited as a handbag like this. Now, I know you guys have seen the really popular trend on like TikTok and Instagram and all these other platforms putting charms and accessories on the bag. I've seen people put G-Shocks on the straps of their bag, which I think is weird. I like watches, and I'd much prefer a watch on my wrist. I don't know if it's that much of a flex to put a watch on the handle of your bags, but this is a capital bandana, and of course, Labubu, who's been absolutely just huge on every platform of social media. I'm actually going to grab my girlfriend's purse because it is an overload of charms. All right. It looks like more charms than bag. This is a vintage Dior bag that my girlfriend has, and I mean, the charms are insane. This is actually a Sandy Liang charm. This is a huge bag trend as of late. You can do it yourself too. There are a lot of really cool accessories that you can add to your bags that are more in the masculine direction. Let me show you. With the bag that I showed you earlier, this tactical crossbody, I added a Smeeski charm over here to make what seems to be a very serious bag into something a whole lot more playful. But if you want to stick to the seriousness, you could take something like the Rick Owens tote bag and throw on this accessory right here, one of my favorite accessories I've ever purchased. And hold on, let me just get this on here. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. So adding these charms to the Rick Owens tote bag adds a lot of attitude, personality, and everything, yet still very toned down and, in my opinion, kind of masculine. So I have the Black Means coin pouch, which, after going to Japan, I've realized this has zero purpose in America or like where I currently live, because holding coins is absolutely pointless. But coin purse attached to the bag. This is going to be a keychain that was made by my friend Terrence Leathers, and then this one, another product of a friend of mine. This is a card holder or a card case by Atelier Skinosh. Yeah, really, really nice. Adds a lot of personality to the bag. However, because this bag is very unstructured, if you don't have it like, if you're not pulling on the strap actively like this, if you just kind of let it go, they all bring that strap down and kind of ruin the overall look of the bag. So if you're gonna add charms to a bag, I would suggest one that is more stable, structured. Yeah, I'll go with that. So why exactly am I even talking about this or making a whole video on it? Well, as a straight man, and to anybody that presents as masculine, don't be afraid to utilize more feminine accessories, because people who are feminine use these accessories to, I guess, advance or improve their overall look. Well, the same exact thing can be done for people who are more masculine presenting. I am happy to wear a purse because I think this looks awesome. I think it looks and feels great. It also shares like my customization taste, if that makes sense. I don't know if that really makes sense at all. But with the accessories, with the utility of a bag, it is everything that I want and exactly how I want to present myself, despite it not necessarily being traditionally associated with masculinity. Moral of the story is I don't care. If I like it, I will wear it. And that goes for clothes too. I am more than happy to wear like a skirt if I think I can style it well. Or even like a tunic or dress if I think that I can style it well. And I think that people ultimately limit themselves simply because they are afraid of coming off as feminine, masculine, or whichever. Now more than ever, I think people are open and should be more open to wearing literally anything that portrays their taste outwardly. So, with all that being said, I'm very curious to hear from you guys. Have you ever had a moment where you're like, I'm afraid to wear a certain thing because it might be a little too feminine in vibe? Or have you ever had a moment where you were prevented from wearing something based off of the social limitations put on by maybe where you live or family or anything like that? I've definitely had moments where even to this day, where I don't want to wear certain things around my family because they are a little bit more traditional. But in my everyday life, I honestly wear whatever I want, and I am very happy to do so. Whether feminine or masculine, it does not matter to me. I think it is a more accurate portrayal of my own taste, and that's all I want in what I buy and wear and decide to utilize in my life. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate you all, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.